IHMS Weekly English Program. This is a weekly international Harari Media Services English program that focuses on different aspects and issues related to Harar and the Harari people, be it social, political, economic, or historical facts. In a nutshell, it deals with everything Harar in conjunction with affairs in Ethiopia. It is intended to reach Harari and non-Harari viewers and audiences alike around the globe. It is informative, educative, and above all, it is meant to present facts and build capacity at all levels. As witnessed by various governments and international organizations, undeniably, Harar is a city-state of peace within the Ethiopian galaxy and the African universe. This weekly English program was created to promote peace and humanity to its viewers, allowing them to have people-to-people relationships of peaceful coexistence in Harar and Ethiopia at large. As such, today we have the following episodes for you. Political hacking and hooliganism in Ethiopia. The Case of Harar. Written by Professor Abdi Khalil and narrated by Iman Jami. This is a two-part series that will focus on the recent political turmoil, the anarchism, and the plot in the regional state of Harar. In Episode 1, the discussion will focus on the general political discourse in Ethiopia, leading to the political hacking and hooliganism in our homeland. Part 2 will explicitly discuss the political, social, and economic manifestation that could possibly be considered a silent genocide. The 80-plus minority ethnic groups in Ethiopia are the majority with respect to inclusion and diversity measurement. This measurement includes multiple languages, cultures, traditions, historical facts, and peaceful coexistence. This measurement also emanates from the divine principle that states, "If a man kills an innocent person, it is like he has killed all of humanity. But if he saves one, it is like he is saving all of humanity." The richness of Ethiopia's heritage from the 80-plus minority social groups is paramount, significant, and meaningful, where beauty and peace are defined. Without these 80-plus groups, it would be a mirage to define Ethiopians and talk about Ethiopia. The various small nations and nationalities define Ethiopia as multiple tributaries define the Nile River. Because of the existence of the minorities, Ethiopia has been and will continue to be the land of tolerance, solidarity, and coexistence. Ethiopia exists because of the understanding and tolerance emanating from the minority social groups. Mind you, small things always lead to perfection and beautify the rest, whatever it may be. In fact, the law of large population often sparks conflict unless mature and wise political leaders lead fairly and control the numerically large regional states of the country. Ignorant and inhumane leaders threaten the existence of the minorities no matter how many minority groups there are, and no matter how indigenous the local people are. Having two numerically giant groups in a nation has also become the source of hate between themselves as they compete for resources, power, and control. The uncontrolled power defies humanity and infringes the rights of the minorities and becomes a source of destruction for all. Protecting endangered nations and nationalities from constant threats unleashed from the so-called population giants should be the priority of considerate political elites, if they were to implement vital and significant democratic principles in Ethiopia. Not only interventions in protecting and upholding the rights of the minorities, but also involving the minorities to have the right to rule and govern. These would practically translate into sustainable peace and prosperity in Ethiopia. If they were to build a peaceful Ethiopia, the two population giants should talk to each other humbly and to the minorities with humility and humanity. Giants usually lose their sense of humanity as they adamantly brag about their numbers. They also often stop listening to what matters the most. The political leaders usually become arrogant, ignorant, insensitive, uncompromising, selfish, and hateful, even though their own people do not endorse such behaviors and become victims themselves, as most are blinded with political rhetoric and propaganda. Forgiveness and reconciliation would be far-fetched and beyond the politicians' reach. They are consumed with power play. Ultimately, these reckless political attitudes will set up the whole country into self-destructive mode and thereby allowing it to go up in flames. It is suffice and important to recall what happened between the two ethnic giants, the Hutsis and the Tutsis in Rwanda in the 1990s. No need to fall into such political traps and hooliganism to repeat human tragedy and national destruction in Africa. Nowadays, Ethiopia is the constant shock with fluid politics, a daily shock that comes from two titans propagating hate and seemingly irreconcilable ideologies that are unhealthy for the whole country. It is imperative they listen to the minorities who have experiences in tolerance, solidarity, reconciliation, and unity. Ethiopia has survived this long because of tolerance and peaceful natures of the minorities. The minority groups are full of knowledge, as knowledge is a light that leads to wisdom. Wisdom is life for the soul and the fuel in building society's character. Proper character builds a peaceful nation. Harar is one of the most prominent sources of such wisdom, as it continues to demonstrate its character of sharing and caring in the regional state, since it is the basket of tranquility, bounty, and divine hospitality. Behold, real Ethiopians, grasp for your actions. The continuation of social injustice and miscarriages of law and order in Harar since April 2018 is real. Political anarchism is real. Political hacking and hooliganism in Harar are real, and the manifestations of defiling the federal constitution and rights of Harari people at large is real. The political dilution and forceful marginalization, as well as the confiscation of lands, properties, and administrative positions in the name of large numbers have become a day-to-day discourse intending to wipe out Harar from the map of Ethiopia. Until we meet in part 2, remember to uphold rules of law, security, and peace.
ديمقراطية وكرينا سايسيتنا بسينا زيدت استجابة لينا متوددت غازينا ما حد مهدينا كلانا متفرارك بيني نبرانا ما حد مهدينا كلانا متفرارك بيني نبرانا حلنا من نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا حلنا من نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا سكسر مداد الكادا أحد كل بيت تتاني ونتبادا سكسر جيبي سكسر مداد الكادا أحد كل بيت تتاني ونتبادا ديمقراطية وكرينا سايسيتنا بسينا زيدت استجابة لينا متوددت غازينا ما حد مهدينا كلانا مغفرارك بيني نبرانا ما حد مهدينا كلانا مغفرارك بيني نبرانا
السيسيم السرات يا إثيوبيا هبر قلم فكر أمرات السيسيم السرات يا إثيوبيا هبر قلم فكر أمرات
حلنا نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا حلنا نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا
مقص حكما بيوريكوز بيزيد مالا حكو يكبلال بحقيقة جيت سارا مقص حكما بيوريكوز بيزيد مالا حكو يكبلال بحقيقة جيت سارا
ديمقراطية وكرينا سايسيتنا بسينا زيدت استجابة لينا متوددت غازينا ما حد مهدينا كلانا متفرارك بيني نبرانا ما حد مهدينا كلانا متفرارك بيني نبرانا
السيسيم السرات يا إثيوبيا هبر قلم فكر أمرات السيسيم السرات يا إثيوبيا هبر قلم فكر أمرات
حلنا نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا حلنا نبرانا دائما زور إثيوبيا من زانا ديمقراطية وكرينا سايسيتنا بسينا زيدت استجابة لينا متوددت غازينا ما حد مهدينا كلانا مغفرارك بيني نبرانا 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 ركني جبرانا ما حد مهدينا فينا مغفرة 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 ركني جبرانا ما حد مهدينا
IHMS